glands would be used for a dragon summoning ritual.
So, what dragon do we think Malefic's father would want to summon?
Maybe. Best case, maybe Tiamat?
Summoning chaos is best case?
Wayward Sun. Stopping dark. Maybe. That is the best case scenario guess that I have. Worst case? Something strong to fight dark? Something strong to give themselves power? I do not know.
We need to learn more of this Dahak. And of this Tiamat too, I suppose. And Malefic's father's motivations. So, perhaps we must trust these, this guidance that Dahak gives Malefic from time to time, yes? Continue to do so.
Yes. I have no other choice, I think.
Indeed.
You think it's possible that the professor might know something of more of dragons?
It's possible. He does know quite a bit of monstrosities, of the occult, of religion. He's always a great conversationalist on those topics.
At least could have resources in the right direction.
Indeed.
I do think we should tell Malefic of the ritual. Yes? If we are to keep trust.
My only issue, and this is not that we will not tell him, it is that we discuss it. If we tell him this also means that his passenger knows it as well. Mr. Hawk.
He could
Well,
say it is.
it's possible that I might already be listening. I do have a connection with Malefic, and it has spoke to me.
You say words to Malefic?
Suppose not. Suppose it's different. But it speaks to me.
And you
Always,
are able to
when
have a
you
dialogue?
And how? Were you touching Malefic? Were you were you connected in some way? Was there a trauma, emotional bond? Did you ask it?
I did not invite it, and I flexed my hand, looking down at my blood bond scar on my arm. I think connection is a bit more complicated.
Either way, we should be sharing the information. At the very least, telling him it is for a summoning ritual, for a powerful entity. I do believe it is for a dragon, but that could be wrong.
No?
Maybe more.
It will be good to assume that this is for some sort of dragon, given the whole dragon storyline, so to speak, that we are being given.
Yes.
But it is good to consider that there might be other possibilities for sure. Right. So I suppose our next move then is to let Malefic know. Or do we let him know in the morning?
He wanted time to think. We can
In the morning, then.
respect that, but still wish to send him the information.
Indeed. All right. And in the morning, I suppose we set out to this Hall of the Gods, yes?
Yes, which... if this is older, it may have information on Tiamat.
Indeed.
And or Doc. We should keep an eye out.
Yes. Very good. It's troubling, is it not?
Oh,
I worry for our friend.
I worry for our safety. And Malavik, yes, but I do not really worry for his safety in a way.
All right. So, I suppose that's that then.
Two of you get some rest. I can keep watch.
Are you sure? Right.
Oh. Not yet, but should I ask the mosquito witch any of this? It would be in her vested interest to stop the raising of the world. I could see if she's willing to impart, though I think I would need a good offering. The goats, things, the whatever they were fine.
You need better, though. All right.
She is pleased with me.
And do you know if your offerings do not align or do not vary in their nature? For example, if you continue to give your witch these demonic creatures, do you know that that may be an issue if her desire for those offerings lessens and she wants something celestial?
I know not. But there is the note that diet cannot subsist on only one thing. And there is a limitation unless she wishes for me to stay here. I would have to leave, and there would be no access. She is wise.
Well, I suppose it cannot hurt to help discuss things with the deities as we do, I suppose. Yes, I don't think raising the world is a good idea. Yeah.
No.
Very well. Yes, I would recommend it. I shall give it some time before I try to commune with Pharasma again as well. I get the feeling that, you don't want to overstay the welcome, so to speak. It's too much of a good thing begins to not be good. I forgot to mention! Arostok.
Huh?
I actually have been blessed in some way. You
What?
were not there to see it, but I believe Pharasma has blessed me with new healing capabilities that don't pull upon my curse.
That is very good to hear.
Indeed.
I am pleased.
So, all that to say, you were right. Probably, maybe, sort of.
I sometimes am.
Very often.
It was a joke.
It was a very good one.
I will sleep. I will take next watch if you wish. Celia.
Sounds good to me.
Very good. Good night, you two. I'll squeeze them both on the shoulders before I head to bed.
Sweet dreams.
Orcelia, you begin to take first watch. Do me a favor and please make a perception check.
All right. 27.
Okay. As the rest of the camp falls to sleep, you stare out across the barren ruins of Demora. The dry, cold wind that blows through here is not too bad tonight. It's reasonably mild. However, you can't really get the scent out of that decaying dragon out of your mind, regardless of how many times Rashtak has prestidigitated you, Malavik, and Yara. Which was many times, by the way. It took like a solid 20 minutes, I think, for each of you. Many castings of prestidigitation to completely clean you up. And you still can't get that smell out of your head. It's you know, where it like rests in like the back of your throat. Like it's just kind of always, that smell is sticking with you.
It's so thick that I can still taste it.
Yep. And otherwise, your watch goes uninterrupted. 3 hours pass. And I'm wondering, Arcelia, how do you feel about what's happening with Malavik right now?
Terrified. My friend needs help and part of him doesn't see it. I feel that I am playing very closely to the edge. I am not shunting or rejecting this entity, but it's coming from a place of desiring more information.
Do you think that's
Perhaps.
coming from you?
Maybe. I might even be so bold to say that I feel confident I can fight it off.
Intriguing. 3 hours have passed. It's time for the next watch. Do you wake anybody up?
Rush talk.
Watch time.
Yes. Nothing too interesting. You sleep okay?
The air is too dry here.
Do you like some of my water flask?
Yes, actually, thank you.
Share my water skin with you.
Thank you. The bedroll is warm.
Thank you. And I will settle down.
Arcelia settles down to bed. Orashtak, please make a perception check for me.
I will. I will also, for the beginning of my watch, make sure that I use my dark vision goggles.
Okay.
And that will be a critical success with a 33 because of sight-based.
Okay. Okay, Orashtak. Your watch. As you groggily wake up from your watch, in this ruined place, you can pick out some voices amongst the camp. you hear Sakawachi talking with some of her companions. What do you do?
Oh, I listen. I continue my watch, but I will listen.
Do you purposefully try to eavesdrop? Do you go closer to like hear what they say? Or do you just try to listen at the periphery?
I will listen at the periphery. I am not a quiet one. I am not a dronist.
Okay. Then I think what you get is bits and pieces of the conversation, which you wouldn't have picked up at all if you did not crit, by the way. Yes, Nigi, I am worried too. But this is our only hope. If we don't follow them, I am afraid we will never succeed. Saku, yes, but surely there must be a safer way to do this. If you have an idea, I am willing to listen, Dinigi, but we must take this risk. I am truly worried about Ainamuran. And what about them? Are you worried about them? That one called Malavik. He is experiencing some sort of... I do not know. What do we do? The rest of them. And they seem to lower their volume, and you lose the rest of the conversation. Otherwise, your watch goes uninterrupted. 3 hours pass.
I will wake Yara for the final watch.
Go.
Yara.
Oh, is there a fire?
No, we are not allowed fires.
Oh.
It's very
watch.
cold.
Watch. Yes.
Yes. Would you like some warm tea?
Oh, God, yes. Please, thank you. I don't know why I would think it's a fire if it's cold. Perhaps the urgency.
I make you some tea, but I use prestidigitation to warm it. Because I do not want to cause a fire. Hand you the tea, and I will sleep.
Yes. Get some rest.
Nothing of note for my or Celia's watch.
Very good. Right. Problems normally happen on my watch, so we'll see. I'll try to wake you all before, I get paralyzed or...
Do you wish me to help you put your armor on in case something goes horribly wrong?
Oh, no. I can put it on. I'll do it. You get some rest.
Very well. I will
And I'm putting on my armor right now.
see you in the morning.
Good night.
Okay. Yara, please make me a perception check.
25.
Okay. Yara, how do you feel about Demora? This place?
How do I feel about tomorrow? Well, it is a ransacked pile of shit, but a mecca of archaeology. Very interesting stuff. But admittedly, it reminds me quite a bit of my time in the Gravelands, and I don't quite like that. A lot of bad things happened there. A lot of good people died. This place definitely has me on guard, despite my sarcastic nature. And I'm very worried about its effects on my friends. And this Hall of the Gods, and this whole discussion of a living god. It does fill me with unease.
Have you seen anything here that you feel is not what you expected?
As in the location?
Location or any of the creatures that have been here?
Well, admittedly, I didn't expect to see a big fucking undead dragon here. I suppose we expected the demonic. We fought Brimarax. We fought the dragon.
Have you fought anything like this undead dragon before?
Fought a lot of undead. Reflecting upon it, I suppose I did have to watch a lot on the sidelines. The whole war with Tablestory, seems a blur, to be honest with you.
Very well. Your watch goes into uninterrupted for 3 hours.
Very good.
Dawn has come. People are beginning to stir in camp.
I will begin to start waking folks individually as well to make sure that they are up, and if they need anything, get water to them, etc. I'll start with Arcelia.
Is it time already?
Good morning, darling.
Hello.
Do you need
All right?
refreshment?
Yes, please.
I'll go ahead and I'll hand my canteen over. The watch went without a fuss.
And did you happen to see Malevic at all?
I assume he's resting. To be honest, I did not quite look for him.
That's fine. I'll go see if I can find him.
Of course, I'll continue waking folks up. And I'll wake Karoon next. Karoon, darling. Rise and shine!
I'm awake. I've always been awake.
Ah, always?
Yes, mostly. Kind of. It's half of my brain doesn't sleep, while the other one does, and then it switches halfway through.
Oh, right. You don't require as much rest as me. I'm quite jealous, to be honest with you.
Wow. Jealous of an elf. I never thought.
How are you doing?
Superior.
I'm going to ignore that. I've been meaning to ask. I did not share it with anyone else, but
A secret. I'm very good at keeping secrets.
well, it is more so me keeping one for you. The mirror.
What mirror?
The one that I hopped off the
remember
wagon
any.
to pry from your hands.
All right, what about it? What about it?
You were muttering things. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Superior, even. I'm fine.
Right. Well, if you would like to talk about it at any point, you know, we have all seen things that have been quite troublesome to us.
No, I'm doing great, actually. Never better. In fact, I am at a, very good point. So.
That's good. Just very good.
Don't look at it. At the
What did
mirror,
you-
don't look at it.
Well, what did you see in it?
Well, I don't know. Just don't look at it. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Well, the offer still stands if you do wish to speak about it.
Thanks. I don't even know what there is to talk about. I'm doing great. I don't have any gnats swarming my head or nothing, so I'm doing just perfect.
Excellent. And I'll ruffle Karoon's hair. You are loved. Now I shall go wake up the lizard. Rostok,
Eh,
there are no fires.
why were there Oh,
Good morning.
morning. Ugh. I do not like it here.
No, I do not like it here either. You know, I was reflecting a lot last night on my watch, and this place reminds me a lot of the Gravelands. I must be honest with you.
Why would you live there?
I did not live there.
Your people do?
No, I grew up in Druma, but I was part of the war efforts in the Gravelands. My sister was one of the warriors who fought alongside the Knights of Lastwall. I was a medic.
Yes. Why would anyone want to be there? It's so dry.
Well, I don't think anyone would want to be there. It's more so a matter of fighting a horrifically powerful entity that's was a lich.
I do not
Whispering
know much.
Tyrant and all that?
I have known bits, but not much. Perhaps that would be something interesting to learn about when we are not here.
Yes.
But I would like to hear about it. It sounds interesting.
That is one word for it. Well, at any rate, we have much to do today.
I will get a meal together.
Excellent. I will wake up, well, actually, Arsene is looking for Malavik, so I suppose I'll help you with breakfast.
Yes.
You would like a hand?
Sure. Yes, I will have you hold things for me. Unless you know how to cook.
Well, I can cut things. I know a little bit of how to cook, but I would rather watch and learn from you, to be honest.
That is fine. I will prepare.
Excellent. All right.
Where is Malavik right now?
I'm sitting in a dark tent. Not sleep, just contemplating, getting thoughts together. Confused at what's real and what's not. Confused at who to trust, who to believe. Asking if I even trust myself at this point. And then the question pops in my head, who or what am I really? Why am I going through this?
Are you in the outskirts of the camp?
Yeah, I moved to the outskirts of the camp when the first light broke.
Okay.
Just feel like I don't really want to be around anyone right now, or through the night.
Please roll me just a flat d20.
20.
Wow. Okay. Do you often talk to the hawk?
Not really. Typically they start the conversation, or they have like this nagging way of scratching at the back of the mind. Or maybe even sometimes I feel like I pick up their emotions or but I never really wanted to get to know dog. It's kind of always just there. Maybe this time, after the conversation got a little heated between he and I hopped on the idea of being alone. It seemed like it struck a chord. And then a little piece of me felt like maybe we're more similar than different. It bothered me, but at the same time kind of gave me comfort to know that even gods have emotions, or they have traits that they passed on to us.
This is one of the first nights in quite a while that the hawk has not spoken to you.
What's playing in my head is the name Tiamat over and over again, and why it felt nurturing. I was very afraid with all the laughter that was coming in the silence. When you get used to having something there for so long and then it goes away, and you're just met with pure silence, and then strange thoughts or something is introduced, it throws you for a loop. Felt kind of cold, alone, scared. But the name, when it came into my mind, I felt everything, opposing, conflicting feelings, but they all felt very comfortable. It wasn't like a invasion of my thoughts like dog. It was more of, that's where I want to be. I need to seek out the answers. The name felt more motherly than my own mother. But I know everything comes with a cost. And then I wonder why Doc never mentioned any others. It's always about him and his arrogance and his hatred towards his somewhat father. Maybe he was trying to relate it to me so he can play on my chords more often when it comes to similar feelings. Find myself sort of pitying him. Or maybe not pitying him, but feeling some kind of empathy.
As dawn has broken, you can see the rest of the camp is getting ready for the day. Few of the others are kind of walking around. Looks like they're getting food and such ready.
I'll stand up, pack up my belongings, round up the tent. and drag everything back to the camp. Place it on the this area where we place all of our other supplies. And silently go sit on a rock or, whatever is near the tent. And I'll just be picking up like whatever rocks and rubble on the ground, kind of like a kid who, doesn't have any interest in what the parents are talking about, just kind of off in a corner, just contemplating.
I have made breakfast.
Yeah, I'll have some. Yes, absolutely. What they said.
Yeah, I'll get up and silently nod and take whatever's offered.
It's like bread, some root vegetables, and probably some salt pork. The basic supplies.
What kind of meat is this?
Pork.
I'm alright. I'll just starve, I guess.
There's still bread and root vegetables.
Oh, yeah, I'll have some bread. Yeah, sure, I'll have bread.
Do you not like pork?
It's kind of gross, that's all. It's wallowing around, drinking and farting in taverns, and it's gross.
Heavens.
I'll take what you don't eat then, and I'll grab whatever other pork is left.
Sakawachi's companions and the reclaimers also probably, having their morning rituals, and they're also making some food and picking here and there. Sakawachi will probably make her way over with Zaya in tow. You can see they just sort of having some water or just finishing up some food and whatnot themselves, and they walk over to you, and Sakawachi wishes you all good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you ready to venture to the Hall of the Gods? You've been the most excited to go there?
Yes, I'm hoping that it will reveal something for us, at least. Hopefully to make some headway.
Indeed.
Zaya says, I think that I have a reasonable idea of where to get started today.
Oh, what is your idea, little one?
I really wish you wouldn't call me that.
It's adorable.
I was thinking, she points like northwest and says, there's sort of a switch back there that we might be able to walk up. It's a few miles. And then perhaps we can cross into the city there, and then we'll have to worry about some rubble, but I think we can circumvent that if we go through the building there, or what's left of it.
Good job. Yes, of course.
Wonderful.
I just looked at the lizard and I go, they grow up so fast.
What? My hatchlings tend to age fairly quickly, yes.
I must reassure you again, I'm not a child.
I am aware.
I know.
Yes.
We know. You're a
about
big grown-up.
They most certainly are, in fact, a full-grown adult.
Adorable.
His size doesn't matter, and such.
So, when you are all ready, just let me know, and we'll get on our way and set out.
Indeed, thank you, Zaya.
She nods and walks back to the other side of the camp with
You
Sakawachi.
think they would want the piggyback ride?
Karun, you really have to stop infantilizing full-grown adults just
It's
because
not a
they're
full-grown
small.
adult. It's a tiny child. It's a tiny, teeny child.
No, that is not a tiny child.
I don't believe you. Prove it.
What, would you like me to go to wherever they're from and request some sort of certificate of birth?
You mean there are more children?
Well, there
Karun,
are.
Why are there children leading a caravan?
I don't know. It's just a... You know how kids just try to walk in front of the caravan to pretend they are adults? Maybe that is what's happening here. Is it a human child? What manner of child is it?
Different race, Karun.
All right. It's
That's
adorable, whatever it is.
An adult. It is an adult.
Doubt.
I will get things ready, and I'll stand up and I'll walk over to see if I can help. Zaya.
Malavik, actually,
Yes.
we have a little bit to talk about prior to heading out.
More information to be informed.
Indeed.
Just so that you know, we are not hiding anything from you that we discovered.
Yes.
then.
Arashta, Garcilia, would you like to?
I'll sit back down.
It is quick, but and I lower my voice a bit. The discovery of the dragon gland removal. You remember, yes? I was able to determine what that is for.
Really?
I do not hesitate because of you, but because of your passenger. But nonetheless, I will tell you, because I trust you.
Go on with it.
It is for a dragon summoning ritual.
Odd.
Yes,
Why would he want to summon a dragon?
a fine question we do not have the answer for. But I wanted you to know. It pertains to your father. But I think that could still be used against you with the passenger. We don't know what your father
He
was.
has been quiet as of late. Has not said anything quite a long time, which is odd. You would think that I would be happy about this, but I'm actually quite worried. You spoke a name yesterday. The one that gave you a motherly feeling. What was that name again? Yes, I believe Tiamat is what the whispers in the back of my memory. You should not be able to speak that name, Malavik.
Who has the... I think it's Arcelia. Who's got the highest perception check?
Arcelia, for sure.
Plus 13.
I think you and Malavik maybe have the same perception.
I think the rest of us have like plus 12.
13.
Okay.
I have 13 if it is sight only.
Okay.
11.
Oh, okay. So, actually, Arashtak, Arcelia, and Malavik, please make perception check.
30.
23.
22.
Okay, Malavik, you are the only one that notices as you say Tiamat. There's ripples in some of the small puddles in the dried lake bed around you.
Oh. What was that? Did you see that? Feel that?
See what?
And the little puddles are... Something happened.
Do you know who Tiamat is?
When Arashtak says the word, the puddles ripples, increase in size and the vibration.
I do not. We have this. Do not say the name. All I know is, and I lean in. All I know is a feeling, more so. The name was never spoken in common language. I believe it's maybe in Draconic or something. It sounded weird to me when I was younger, but now I can. For some reason, my brain fog is cleared up when it came to that, and that name was the first thing I remember. It's like being hot and cold at the same time, being hugged and strangled.
Well,
Sense of comfort.
you should remember that we are on a ley line.
I will not speak her name. That is a fair point, Malavik.
You said her. What do you know about this?
She is the mother of all dragons, and your passenger is her firstborn.
You never mentioned her.
He cannot speak her name. That is why I was interested when you said it jogged some memory of readings. You being able to speak it is very telling. He has not been able to control you. Your body is yours, Malavik. This is very good. It brought me hope.
Not to diminish your hope, I find myself questioning a lot of things lately.
That is good. I mean this.
I don't know if it's good.
It helps you
I
learn.
don't know who I am, what I am.
Questioning helps you find that answer.
The memories that I thought were my own are shifting. I find myself questioning not only myself, but just everything around us. Why we do what we do. I notice a change in my skin. No matter how much I try to moisturize myself, it just feels scalier. I looked in the reflection in the water, and I don't even notice myself anymore. It's just red everywhere. It was only on my upper part of my face.
Is this something that we too have noticed about Malavik, looking upon him as he says this?
I will leave that up to you.
I find myself getting more and more angry. Every battle, I feel more feral. What angers me the most are metallic dragons. Every time I hear of one, see one, I want to just rip his heart out. My patience is running thin with a lot of things. My emotions are starting to meld into areas, questioning what's really important, what's not, and I fear that the things that we worry about are minuscule.
This desire that you have to harm these dragons, where does it stem from?
I do not know.
Does it feel as though it is an anger from an outside source? Does it feel as though it is an anger from
I feel
you?
that they're lesser. They're here. They're not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to share the same world as us. I don't understand why they're even here to begin with. The laws of nature, as people have labeled us, as chromatic. The originals.
What do you know of your father? What sort of dragon is he? Red.
I honestly do not know. I figured red. But now I'm questioning it. All I remember are the stories told that he had a blinding beauty to him. A charismatic aura that just attracted everyone to him, men and women alike. Something about his eyes. Gold saucers. Small slits. Long, dark black hair. That's all I really remember. Imposing figure. Not very muscular in stature, but you do know not to anger him. But these are all emotions that may be confused with. There was something about him that reminds me a lot of the Hawk. Or
So
does
let
the
it-
Hawk remind me of him? I don't know.
No,
very
let us touch on that. What do you know of the Hawk, your passenger?
Powerful. Very. Scarily so.
Okay.
But they do not do things out of order. They have purpose behind every word they say.
I'm not asking about their morality or the things they do. I am asking about what you know about them. Facts. Do you know what sort of entity they are? Do you know what sort of dragon they might be? Do you know
When I
anything about
close my eyes to see him, it is smoke, blackness, golden saucers that peer from out the darkness, tints of red, imposing figure, larger than you can ever imagine. But there's a calmness and a strict anger behind his words. Physically, I haven't seen much more than that. But what I feel is a fire that burns hotter than any fire.
I know the fire. Do you know where he is now?
No, he hasn't really spoken
Hell.
on that. Hell.
indeed?
Your mother figure you felt. He is the firstborn. He was banished after creation of other species but dragons. He raised this world, only wishing for himself to rule. He was
Why?
banished
Why was he banished?
because he was destroying everything that was created to become the ruler.
Why? Why would he destroy? I mean, why?
Because he is an entity of chaos, and that chaos went too far.
He's always reading meaning behind his words, what he says.
We're talking
do.
about a demon, right?
A dragon.
No.
Dragon,
Is it a-
but perhaps still both.
A dragon in the hills. That is the offspring of
He's been
law
called many a
and
things.
chaos.
If it is a demon, I want some samples.
Yeah.
So,
You always make light of situations, Karun. I do
no, I'm
appreciate
deadly
it.
serious. I want those samples. If it's a demon.
I do not believe it is possible. He's been called a demonic dragon before, from what I have gathered. But I don't know if many of this lifetime has even seen him.
Does he
His
speak
influences.
demonic? Does he have horns?
I do not
See.
know. I've only seen shadows, piercing eyes, large figure, imposing. But I will say that he always protected me in some way. Things that he've told me have all been truths. They came to light, maybe not immediately, but down the line. He also told me not to invest too much into you.
Into me?
Into all of you.
Oh, okay.
In the ways that you look at me when I'm not around, speak whispers. But that was long ago when we first met. It was only whispers then, very slight. I blocked them out, obviously. I don't think his words were folly. You had your reasons. I had mine. But one thing that I can tell you, he did not go back on his word about harming you all.
All right. Well, that is unimportant in this moment. We are looking for facts. We are looking to figure out what the lineage is, what all of this is. Your father.
You and I both.
Indeed. Your father. His name again?
I do not want to speak his name. Oh, y'all.
Yes. Oyol. Do you know anything of your father's lineage?
That's the thing about dragons. They do as they please. I want to know why he mated with someone of her stature.
Malavik,
Why I was created. If I was out of love or if I was out of a plan.
that was not the question, Malavik, darling.
My head hurts.
All right, then we can stop.
Thinking
Let
of
us
this.
stop.
There may, I don't know. When I struck a chord with Doc, I asked, what is he to him? He laughed. And I said, is he one of your many offspring? He got quiet. Ended this internal laughter that pissed me off beyond belief. But he did not answer.
Could you ask him again?
I'd rather not.
Malavik, the reason I am asking is so that we might be able to figure this out. There are many pieces on the board that we must make sure we are aware of what their origin
I do not
is.
want to speak of this, no.
All right. All right.
You all very lucky to be born the way you are, you know? Not have constant talks in your head, berated, bashed, pushed to the side. Not
Malavik,
knowing who you are, what purpose you're here for. All I feel is anger constantly.
darling,
pushing down that
no one is doubting that you
flames.
had a horrible upbringing. That life was very hard for you.
I just want answers,
Yes,
but I
And
am
that is-
sick of being investigated.
Malavik. And I will grab Malavik's hand. Malavik,
You'll notice a temperature rise.
and you'll notice my hand is very cold. Malavik, look at me. Darling, I do not ask this to agitate you. I do not ask this to cause you harm. I do not ask this to make you feel any sort of ill feelings.
I killed her. I
Right.
took her last breath, and I enjoyed it. My mother.
Your memories, just like mine have been, may not be your own.
I clasped my hands around her throat until I heard it crack. And then I burned the body till there was nothing left. Then took her ashes and blew them to the wind.
We will figure this out, Malevic. All right? That is what is important right now. Your past is your past, but you have the ability to shape your future, and you have many people here who are willing to help you shape that future. Or willing to help you. So let us help. We are not your enemy.
Oh, but what if I am your enemy?
I do not think so. And if you are, well, and I will squeeze your hand. I've made you a promise, have I not?
We should get on with the mission
Indeed.
as soon as possible. I feel that time will start ticking very soon. I should be the least of your problems.
Malevic,
There is a calamity that will possibly happen. I do not know why I feel this way, but I've dreamt about it many nights. Darkness, fires, storms, they're all coming.
I
The
still
gods will feel the wraths of those above them.
want...
When a calamity drops, Yara, we will be the ones on the receiving end. All the lies become truths in due time. That plays in my head constantly. Hope that helps you with your answers.
Malevic, I am aware we have impending doom. You do not need to remind me. What I need for you to do is try and seek answers within yourself. Try and figure this out. And be there with us as we help you to figure this out. We need answers. You need answers. And the more that we know, the more that we can control.
Why
Try to.
is it so important? Isn't the fate of the world the more important idea? Why me?
Because you were a part of that fate. Because you were a part of all of this. You weren't brought here for no reason. We didn't get put together for no reason at all.
I believe the answers resides in Tiamat.
And let us find out more. Yes?
Puddles around the camp ripple and splash as the water splashes out of the puddles, begins to evaporate. Each of you, please roll me a flat d20.
So 15.
13.
15.
14.
2.
Okay.
I need to see her. I feel like she calls to me
Malevic.
when he's silent.
She is also chaos incarnate.
Oh,
She is the one who produced Dahak.
you're wrong.
I
She's-
do not believe so.
She is balance.
Sounds like a demon to me. So, I'm
She
in.
is balance.
With law in tandem, Malevic.
You know,
Yes.
Doc once shared with me that his father wanted to get rid of him. Said he was a mistake. The one that convinced, the one that protected Doc was her. I feel. I do not know for certain.
So, An entity of chaos protected a dragon of chaos.
It's complicated, but I feel like it's a balance.
Oh, there is no balance to chaos without law, Malavik.
The law
It is the same with evil and good.
It's one name I dare not say. I am restricted to saying the name of the counterpart to your so-called chaos.
That's
is
definitely
interesting.
a demon. That's definitely a demon.
That is very interesting, and I look to Rashtok. So you cannot say their name, but you can say the other one's name.
There was restrictions for both. But when we were traveling back and things got really quiet, I felt like my mind was being ripped into 40 different areas, going many different ways, but the name that calmed me, that brought me back to be able to grab you to and pull you, was her. And that was the first time I've ever been able to say her name or even remember it existed. To me, Dark was the everything. The ruler of Galarian of many years past, ancient. Her power did not be challenged. But then there was something else there, some kind of my fear intertwined with his. I don't know, but at the end of the day, when I said her name, I felt more. Oof. Chills ran to my spine, but at the same time, a burning furnace. I felt the courage, the power to go on. And ever since I said the name, he has not spoken. I need to see her.
Karun and
I feel
Arcelia.
a sense.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Karun and Arcelia. Please roll another d20.
Because we are winning, right? In the D20?
11.
5?
Thank you. Sorry, Malavik, continue.
It's fine. I feel a sense of comfort in her name. Powerful. Just. I want to be in her space, her aura. The more I think of it, the more I need it and want it.
Karun, as Malavik is talking, you notice that the sky is beginning to take on a red hue.
Huh.
And
But look-
fiery comets streak across the horizon.
Does the sky look a little darker to anyone else? And also there are comets now. Has anyone noticed this?
I'll close my eyes really tight. What are you doing? Is this your doing? Why haven't you said anything?
This is definitely pretty demonic.
We should perhaps cease this conversation for
Indeed.
now.
I'm getting
and
my samples ready.
Maybe get to the Hall of the Gods quickly.
Yes.
I agree.
Do not
with
want
you.
to be in this place anymore.
He has not crossed me, you know.
We know, Malavik.
I
Yeah.
shall not cross him until he gives me a reason. You have to understand, he's always been there. And I'll stand up.
Not for us, he hasn't.
But he has for me, which brought me to you.
Right.
What we consider chaos and evil is objective, Yara. Believe me, the kindest of gods has their skeletons in their closet. He has whispered to me about yours, but I cannot say anything. I just dare so and do hope that you make the right decisions.
And I hope you do as well, considering
Yes.
your entity wishes to raise the entire world.
Everything comes with reason. Good
Not
or bad.
always good reason.
No.
Yes,
Not at all.
consequences are definitely a thing that I believe that we all can agree on. We have a mission today.
Yes, I do.
And I'll just look up at the sky and sigh. And then I'll walk off.
I will grip my shield tightly. Stand up. Brush off my skirt. I will see you all at the caravan, yes? Very good. And I will walk off as well.
I would like to take my spyglass out and see if I can't see where these meteors are coming from or where they're going.
Sure. Make a perception check. I believe you get a +1 or, with the spyglass.
Yeah. It's +2 because it's a good spyglass.
Oh, nice.
Perception. 18 to 20.
Okay. It's a little bit like meteorites, like a meteor shower kind of thing.
Alright, so it's kind of pretty.
Sure.
And unassuming and not dangerous.
Maybe.
Because they're not falling all the way to Galarian, right?
Probably not.
Burning up in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They're coming from a specific direction, or they're all
You
going
don't-
one
you
way?
don't see like
or-
any mushroom clouds in the distance or anything.
Alright, then it's probably fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much. No big deal.
Do I know anything about omens like this?
You can absolutely make me an esoteric lore roll.
37?
37.
Oh, you might know.
That's a natural 20, with a +17 on top of it. I think, Arcelia, you think this is definitely related to Tiamat, and that these comets sort of streaking through the sky could mean some kind of sign of chaos.
I'll keep that to myself for now. And I'll walk off.
Okay. Is anybody going to get Sankawachi, Zaya? Are you?
Yeah, I was walking towards there.
Okay.
For sure.
I would
So
have
gonna
walked
do that
towards
beforehand.
Sakawachi.
Yeah, after that is mentioned, I also would go that way.
Sure. We can assume that you all get your supplies and the group together as Sakawachi, Danigi, and Zaya join you as you begin to head towards the ruins of Demora again, hoping to find the Hall of the Gods. Okay. We are now in exploration mode. What are you all doing for your tasks in exploration mode, please?
I would assume the old position of scouting.
I will do tracking.
I'm gonna just look around the immediate area for,
Investigation.
investigation for alchemical supplies. Or anything out of the ordinary in terms of foliage.
Okay.
So you're searching then for
Yeah,
Well,
it's...
searching is different. Searching is hidden doors, concealed hazards, and so on.
Oh, alright. Yes, then I guess it's investigate.
So investigation is seeking out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. You do a recall knowledge check to see what you see and engage with as you journey along.
Alright, yeah. Then that is what I will do. Recall knowledge, you said?
Yeah, it's a recall knowledge check. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use recall knowledge. It's under the skills. Let's see. Arcana. There's recall knowledge about crafting, but that has to be like you're
While
focused.
we're crafting.
Well, you're focused on something that you are trying to, figure out how it was crafted, or whatever.
Could I use nature?
Absolutely.
All right. That is 28.
You didn't need to make the roll yet. I was just letting you know what it was.
Oh, sorry.
But
I
it's
panicked and
so
rolled.
fine.
Is it all right?
So fine.
Sorry, I finished
Yeah.
so quickly with the
Yeah.
roll, and
worries.
I feel terrible.
No.
Do you want to roll too, or?
I think I'm good. I can
All right.
roll when I'm good.
Sorry.
Okay. What about everybody else? Arcelia? Yara?
If possible, I'd like to gather information and specifically approach Sakawachi as we're traveling. I'd like to ask information about the celestial event that is currently happening. Perhaps try to get a time frame or more context.
Okay. What exploration activity do you think this would fall under?
It's a skill exploration activity. It says use diplomacy to canvass the area to learn about a specific topic.
Yeah, okay. We'll say you and Sakawachi can just kind of have a conversation about that stuff as you're moving along. All right.
I'm sharing what I know about omens and falling comets and try to see if anything might stick with her deep understanding of astronomy.
Okay. And Yara, what activity do you think you're going to take part in?
I will be searching. I will be quite honest that conversation with Malavik put me off quite greatly. I grow tired of our gods getting insulted repeatedly. So I am off searching quietly.
I'm sorry, which activity was this?
Search.
Search.
I'm looking for hazards and whatnot.
I got you. Okay. All right. Let's see. Malavik. You are watching for danger. This is going to give you mechanically a +1 to initiative rolls. Let's go with Karoon's then. The 28. Okay, Karoon. Let's give you some information about these ruins then. I think I'm trying to think about some like non-obvious information that you'd pick up. I think as you're walking, Karoon, you get kind of like, now that you've been here for a few days, you can kind of visualize how a lot of the ruins became so decrepit. It's almost like Sherlock vision, like you can kind of, you see like equations.
Tons of patches of drugs on all over my body.
Yeah, there's
Already I am doing drugs.
I think more along the lines of visualizing like what has happened at various locations as you're traveling, like through the ruins. You can kind of like see how the building collapsed, like initially how it fell apart. Like there was a battle at this location, and like you can see where some kind of huge creature smashed into the side of the building. You're getting like a little bit of a altered reality overlay where you're seeing how things have kind of like fallen apart. You're seeing various like spells cast and stuff like that. And you're trying to like visualize some of the creatures based on some of the things that you've seen thus far while you're here. Overall, not a ton of information.
But a lot of cotton mouth.
Sure. There's I'm gonna say. Roll me a D4.
2.
Interesting. Along the way, Karun, you find a rolled up tapestry. Hidden in the hidden like underneath a destroyed table, like as you're walking through some of the buildings and the debris. You see like a tapestry that's kind of like sort of rolled up and protected. As this table like collapsed, it just fell in such a way that it protected this. You dig it out and you find it, and you can see this tapestry shows you 4 people standing in a circle, enacting a ritual. There is a beastly yet regal crustacean, size of a bear, rising from a pillar of water between these people. There are runes describing this scene. And I would imagine that probably Arcelia is able to help you with those. And you can see that these are Sarkorian runes, and they describe the city's greatest god callers, channeling their combined power to summon the original protector of Demora, the goddess Dizad, and these 4 people. And I'll paste this in our chat for you as well. Are Sagaius Howling Blood, Yaki All River, Genin Wintersun, and Alkin Star Eye.
Oh, but they're all dead probably already, right? They're so old.
Most likely.
Behold, everyone, I have uncovered the truth of this ruin. I and I alone have discovered its secrets, pried them from its rubble. Behold now the scroll of whatever this says. Can one of you read it?
Yes, I could.
Oh, good. What does it say?
What language is it in? I'll say what languages I know before I mention that. Common, Iruxi, Sylvan, Elven, Halit, and Abyssal.
None of them. This is Sarkorian.
Well, then what I will do is touch my hand and activate the runes upon it, allowing me to read anything.
Yep. You begin to read these things. And again, it just kind of describes these 4 successors to Demora Hume enacting this ritual, channeling their combined powers to summon the original divine protector of Demora, the goddess Dizad.
I'm reading this out loud to everyone so that they may know as well.
Let's see.
And so these people who are mentioned are probably dead by now, right? It has been so long.
Usually, yes. But
could we not assume their powers somehow?
there may be notes in the hall on what they did and how the ritual works. This does not outline the ritual so much as it does outline the succession and why it was done.
Well, if there was ever any time to summon a god, it would be to discover what is happening with all of these meteorites, because they will not stop. Crazy, right?
It is
Speaking...
a protector. Hmm.
Go on.
No, I just was saying it was a protector god. We are looking for them, that is the goal.
And is that all we know about this goddess?
You asking
Mostly.
me?
I think that was mostly what we knew, yes?
Yes, a little bit. I am asking if I would know anything.
Okay. I will take a religion check for this.
Come on, plus 14. Don't fuck me. 24.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you really don't remember too much about this. Probably you remember some of the conversations that have been had as the group here, and Zaya has mentioned them. And that Dizad was, again, pretty much what Arashtak has told you right now.
Well, I suppose neither of us knows more.
We might, though, later. I will continue looking to find tracks so that we are not snuck up on.
Yes.
Okay. Arcelia, you have been speaking with Sakuachi. Please make a diplomacy check.
25.
Alrighty. Sakuachi is very concerned about these comet-sized meteorites. She's saying, she sort of speaks to you about the possibility of like the gods being angry, or if you bring up anything about like Tiamat, do you?
No.
Okay.
We'll avoid saying the name.
Okay. Do you mention anything about what you were talking about with Malbec?
No, I'll try to be as vague as possible.
Okay. Okay. This alters the answer, which is why I was asking.
I would not have this conversation without asking Malefic first.
Gotcha.
So I'll keep the sensitive information to ourselves.
Okay. She's definitely like very concerned, is what you would pick up, and like, I think she's a bit rushed. I think she's thinking that this is related to what you are all doing right now here in Demora, thinking you are the reason that this is happening. Is a lot of what she's talking about.
Whatever it is that we have found here must be angering the gods. I do not understand why this is happening. There is no any sort of celestial event that would occur annually that I am aware of that would cause such a thing.
Do you think it's dangerous?
Yes. It can only be an omen of some kind of horrible thing. Look at the sky. It's red.
Red doesn't necessarily mean evil, but we should be careful. And we should hurry.
Whenever the sky changes color from the norm, I am worried.
I am also worried.
I hope we have not awoken anything with our journey here. If what I am doing to try and save my people and Einamuran has caused more harm to the world, I do not know what I will do.
Perhaps we may find more answers to our questions in the hall.
Perhaps.
I look very uncomfortable. I'm trying my best to hold my tongue. Normally, I would want to be as transparent as possible, but I'm worried for my friend Malavik. I don't want to put a certain name in more mouths.
Okay. Malavik, please make a perception check for me.
22.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a d8, please, Malavik. Low is good.
And I'll roll high, as you know.
Alrighty.
Never tell us the odds.
I didn't.
You said low is...
Right?
We know the odds of it.
Well, good for who is subjective, first and foremost.
Sure.
Right, yes.
Sure. So,
But I rolled a track, by the way. That was my exploration mode.
Huh? Huh? Let me just check a number real quick.
Uh-huh.
Definitely not making any secret rolls.
No. I just don't want to be snuck up on by a weird plant hydra thing again.
Hmm? Hmm? I don't know why you think something like that might happen.
Oh, no.
Not in a place like this.
No.
No.
This is a safe place.
I opened up the wrong person's sheet. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Very well. Arashtak, you find I think some pretty strange tracks along the way. You find some how shall I describe this? Something slithering? Some kind of slithering tracks. Not slitherin tracks, but slithering tracks.
Draco Malfoy, how'd you get here?
You also find some really strange, like I don't know how to describe this. It's kind of like, oh boy, it's a little bit like something shifted. It almost looks like something was dragged on the ground. Okay, that's the only way I can imagine this looks to you. I'm not even gonna make you roll for this to determine what this is, because you have no fucking idea.
Okay, so the roll would not help. That's
Nope.
what you're... totally fair. The slithering, is there something I can roll for that? Occult nature?
Yeah, I'll let you choose. Which one would you like to roll?
Oh. I think I will do nature this time. If it is more of a snake or something rather than a demon.
And about how large
29.
is this? Is it huge? Tracks that he's seeing?
At least large.
Well, I got a 29 nature.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to look at like scale patterns and
yeah.
other things of that note.
Oh, definitely not a snake. Most likely, you think, like, your first instinct is some kind of reptile, And then you notice that the tracks just kind of stop, and you assume that it flew at one point. Doesn't look like the dragon tracks that you saw earlier.
No.
But yeah, beyond that, too difficult to tell. Not sure.
With the slithering, is it just the slither, or is it also like that's why you said reptile? Are there claws next to it? Okay, so
it's just like a no claws or anything.
Okay. Keep your eyes up. Maybe something nasty and big flying.
What, like those meteors?
No, more like a serpent, but not a dragon. Something that slithers but can also perhaps fly.
Ah, wonderful. Well, hopefully one of the meteors hit it.
Also, something looks like it was dragged.
Oh,
What is the direction? The direction we are going? For both of them? One of them?
West. You are going northwest.
They are roughly the same direction, or could at least pivot easily. They are slightly off from us. Keep eyes out. Something may be dragged, something may be flying, or both. I do not like it. I do not know what this is.
Arostok, please roll me a D8.
A 6.
Okay. You are all searching for quite some time today. 6 hours pass before Malavik, you notice something. It's not a creature. I would like you to roll me a D4, please, Malavik.
4.
There's a strange group of clouds that have seemingly begun to form relatively quickly, Malavik. Maybe within a minute or two of you traveling. Like, you look up, you probably climb over some debris, and then as everybody's making their way up, you kind of look up and you notice the clouds like quickly forming into storm clouds. And you see a storm begin to develop. There's something odd, though. I'd like you to make a perception check for me again, please.
33.
Okay. You hear the sound of some thunder quickly pick up as rain begins to fall in the distance. You can see the storm clouds beginning to spread out. And there's kind of like a greenish haze that's falling all around. There's a smell on the air. You know how storms have that ozone kind of smell? This one is a little bit different. I think with a 23, I'm going to say you can't quite make it out. It's different. It's not the same kind of smell, though.
I will kind of catch up to the group a good bit, and I'll probably walk next to Arcelia, and I'll say, I spoke of storms, did I not? And then I'll look up. Something's unnatural here.
I think something bad is going to happen today. I don't know what it is.
Why does it have to be necessarily bad? And I was kind of look at her kind of perplexed and then try to pick up more of the scent that I'm smelling.
Are you in the front of the group, Malavik?
No. I believe
You were scouting,
wherever
were you
Arcelia
not?
was.
Yes.
Do you have to be in front of the group to scout?
No.
Yeah. I was a little bit behind.
We can assume that you make kind of like patrols, you know?
Yeah.
Just trying to like keep an eye out on around the area.
Yes.
So who is in the front then?
Well, if no one else is, then I suppose I would be. I'm quite determined at this point.
Okay. As the storm clouds begin to spread, the rain that's falling sort of follows. Yara, as you are out in front, I would like you to please make me a fortitude save.
Indeed. Is this a spell effect?
Nope.
Very good. 26.
Okay. I think then we'll say that the rain mostly falls in like larger droplets, and it kind of like hits your clothing, and as it does, you can see little wisps rising up, and you realize that the rain is eating at your clothing.
The rain is acidic. We need to get into cover quickly.
All right. Looking for cover of any kind.
Okay. Everybody please make athletics checks for me.
Oh, fuck me.
Yay.
I'm going to re-roll my critical failure.
10. I'm retraining. Fuck it.
We're sure we're doing athletics checks and not another one.
Yes, what about stealth or
27.
That's a
or
one.
religion?
Oh, you also...
That's a one.
Okay. We got two natural ones. Arashak is re-rolling his with a hero point. Alrighty.
For a 27.
Uh-huh. Okay. So our final totals here. Yara with a 10.
Yes.
Malavik with a 31. Arcelia with an 18. Arashtak with a 27. And Karun with a 1. Okay. So here is what happens.
Question: does the biology of my alchemist have any kind of, resistance to acids?
No?
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 Not even a little bit on the hair?
Nope.
Right.
Okay. Everyone except for Arashtak and Malavik takes 9 acid damage as you run to buildings nearby trying to find cover. However, Karun, unfortunately, you take double. That's going to be 18 acid damage to you, Karun.
Right.
Maybe you're just caught completely off guard as you're trying to rush to a building. Maybe your foot gets stuck like on some debris or something. You just fall, and it's horrible. Like
Tripped on a raindrop.
you trip on some debris, you fall. You're just there, like getting rained on by this acid rain, stinging and burning wherever it hits your flesh.
It burns.
I could try to put together a lean-to of some sort depending on where we are.
There's a lot of debris. There's a lot of ruins and stuff. It's not that hard to find cover.
Okay.
But yes, this storm begins to rage around you, and what was once light rain now begins to pour as Karun drags herself to some ruins. You all see like this acid rain just kind of falling on the ground and leaving marks, and you can smell that sort of acidic chemical reaction happening.
I'm using prestidigitation to clean off some of the acid. If that doesn't work, I will immediately begin rousing splash on those who are affected.
Yes.
I will
It does give temp HP for a minute.
I will use my healer's gloves on Karun.
Ow, ow, ow.
Come here.
Ah.
You will feel a soothing, cooling aura, and you're healed for 11 points.
Oh, thank you. It's nice, actually.
Does it make
69
sense?
HP. Nice. I wasn't muted. It's fine.
It's not rained here. The moment we do get it. The storms rage around us.
It was not here before. Whack, I have a feat that I haven't had to use yet. I don't know if it'll be applicable, but I will post it. It's a lot of text, but it's recognized spell. Because I'm an expert, if it is a common spell level of 4 or lower, I will know what it is automatically. If not, you can roll arcane nature, occultism, or religion check as a secret roll for me on whether or not I recognize what it is.
Okay.
And then it gives the successes and failures there.
If this is a spell, I think you would... First of all, you assume it's a spell you don't know. Second of
fair.
all, this is a pretty incredible spell if it's a spell.
For how quickly it popped up, that's the reason I assumed it might be. Which is more worrisome.
Strange.
I don't know if this is a spell or not, but if it is, it is not someone we can trifle with or win against, I think.
As you are talking, Rostok, you see that the acid that is falling suddenly slows, and balls of hail begin to fall.
This time I'll just sit back and I'll look into Yara's eyes. Sternly and firmly. And sit back. And then I'll turn to Arcelia. And then after I turn to Arcelia, I'll look out at the open display.
Chaos.
Is there anything we can cover ourselves with so that we might be able to move from place to place?
So, I have a thing. maybe. It's this. Would this have any bearing on this at all? Could I make a vaccine for the acid?
Unfortunately not.
Or an antidote, maybe?
No, it would specifically, those are for diseases and poisons.
Not a poison.
respectively. Correct.
Alright.
Perhaps you could craft something out of things that we have.
I could. Yeah, I could.
I do have the extra 2% tent. Could be held up off on a side so things would roll off. The problem is acid would eat through it.
Could we not
So we would
find
move quick.
could we not find something that might counteract the acid and some sort of coat the canvas in it?
I have nothing that would do that.
No.
Sorry.
Did you say that the acid rain was replaced by hail?
Yes.
So the acid rain stopped.
Still puddles of it around.
Oh, so it's just big blocks of acid falling down now?
Watching it hit the ground,
About
does
golf ball sized hail.
Yeah.
it make anything sizzle in a similar fashion? Watching it.
Doesn't appear so.
So really we just need something sort of hard,
A shield.
like a shield. Right?
So
Hail.
has those shields in the.
I have an extra one in my bag.
The hail begins to slow down.
Oh,
Suddenly, this fog begins to roll through.
it's the acid fog. Is it the
Yes.
acid fog?
It gets a lot warmer. And suddenly, there are little bits of fire that begin to rain down from the sky. Thunder cracks in the distance as you see little balls of fire. As they hit the ground, little pebbles basically land and shoot up little fountains of fire.
Wondrous.
It may be.
We could just sit here for a little while, maybe, and then not, maybe it'll all go away.
I do not understand what is happening.
It's
It's raining fire.
somewhat is. And I'll just mumble to myself. I feel like this is a test.
Zaya speaks up. I have never seen anything like this.
How could you in your tiny little life?
This
I'll
chaos.
slowly stand up. Look back towards the group. I have to go out there.
Malvik, I suppose this might be one of those things that's not actually a test, but more so, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
We should try to find the hole first.
Indeed.
I'll do that. Take note of how whatever's happening, if it dissipates in my leaving or not, but I believe that I'm the fastest one here. I'll see if I can find our destination and a fast route to it.
I will.
If I do not return, carry on. I'll find you.
Okay.
Malvik. I will activate my crown of the companion and take a bow. And I will be taking half damage for you for the next 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Be safe. Stick to buildings as you can.
I'll look towards Arcelia and I'll say, sorry that you formed this bond.
I want to go with you, but I know that I'll just slow you down.
Oh, I need you here.
And don't be sorry. I meant what I said. I made the bond happen.
And I will dart off as fast as I can.
Malevic, call out if give us a sign of you need us. We'll brave any storm with you.
Wait, where is he going again?
Ash sort of flows through the air. Malevic, please make me an athletics check. 20. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna re-roll that. If possible. Oh, no, you already rolled. Never mind.
Too late. You're gonna take 6 fire damage as the ash and the heat will probably hit you in various locations as you kind of like rush out, try and find.
Is this fire
This
damage?
is fire. Yes.
Okay, I have a resistance to fire of 5.
Okay. So
You
take
also have an
1.
item, don't you?
Yeah, but I have to fix that.
Oh, you haven't done it yet. Okay.
No. Okay. All right. And I'll try to stick to buildings, stick to anything covering.
Okay.
I do not know if you're trying to who you are, or if this has anything to do with me. But feel free to show me signs of what you need me to do to keep them safe. And then I'll move to another location while trying to search for the destination.
Okay. Please make a perception check for me.
22.
All right. Roll me a d4.
3.
Oh boy. Okay.
Don't get these rolls on attacks, but I definitely get stupid ass checks.
Malevic, as you're rushing between buildings, the fire changes yet again. Balls of hail begin falling, and simultaneously with the balls of hail, acid begins to fall.
Thames!
There is no response to your questions.
Doc, why are you silent? You're this big, ruling, powerful dragon you claim to be, and now you're silent. You know what's happening, don't you? Yeah, I'll just move and out of frustration. I want to stay and wait, but I feel a sense of urgency. I will continue to run
Okay.
to another location.
Need another athletics check for me, please.
Crit.
That is a good thing. Malevic, I think you see the effects of this like hail and acid, and it's like causing damage to these ruins, like pretty serious damage. You haven't seen, I mean, these ruins have been through a lot, and it's causing damage now on top of these ruins already, which have been like weathered down, beaten up over the centuries. And this is something else. You recognize that this is potentially pretty lethal, and you are finding the best spots you can to dodge between buildings to avoid any of this hazardous downpour. There's like the balls of hail have like graduated to like baseball size. Like you're hearing cracks. Like it sounds like the crack of a bat on a baseball, you know, when these hail balls are hitting the ground. Like some of them are bedding themselves in the ground, and you know, like it's like the sky is angry, and it's as they hit the ground, you see the acid like melting the ice and like causing these streams of acid to flow through the cracked, broken mud that is here in this normally very dry place. Now acid and water are beginning to spread here, creating a pretty nasty hazard all about. And you search for quite some time. While you're gone, a fair amount of time passes for the rest of you. What are you doing? This isn't a few minutes.
Yes. With this whole situation, with mentioning she who shall not be named, might I get the impression that this chaotic imbalance might be alleviated by making mention of her counterpart?
I don't know.
I posit the question to Rostok. Quietly, as a heads up.
Yes. Perhaps. I see no harm in trying it. Well, I see plenty of harm, but I see nothing to lose. But, I have a feeling if it ends, Malavik will think this test of his worked. If it is our cause. Perhaps he needs to see that it is not a test, but rather something else.
He has been gone quite a while. I no longer have a link to him at the moment.
I meant to give him a monitor. I could have sensed him wherever he was. He ran too fast.
Marsilia Karun?
Yes?
I worry about Malavik.
Why?
He's been gone quite some time.
He leaves all the time.
Not for this long in this sort of an environment.
I don't know. He's got thick skin. Probably be fine, right?
Celia, you would know if something happened to him, yes?
Yes.
I haven't felt anything through our bond. I think he's all right for now.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, we cannot just sit here with our tails between our legs for much longer.
No.
How is the weather looking?
The hail has started to stop along with the acid rain. However, there's a strange purplish miasma that seems to be making its way around now. Fog-like.
Now, does that look like a spell I might recognize?
Don't think so.
No. Okay.
Can I identify alchemy on it?
You can certainly try. Give me a
And
crafting
that
check.
is what I will do. 30.
You get the feeling that this is most likely a poison.
Oh, perfect. Can I create an
Everyone knows.
antidote?
Purple is poison.
Because I do have some, I could make maybe a vaccine or
Sure.
Antidote?
Are you using any of your quick alchemy to do this?
so
Or do you have some pre-made versions that you can
I
hand
don't
out?
have any pre-made, but I do have perpetual infusions. Allows me to create 2 first level. Oh, I have to choose between oh, never mind. That doesn't help me at all. Yeah, then I'll make one for me.
Okay. Use quick alchemy to make yourself a what? You're doing a lesser antidote?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is that, Karun?
Nothing.
No, what is that, Karun?
What was what?
Why did you make some... What is this fog?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it. We should
It
not
might
be
be
in
poison. It could be poison. It could be
We need
poison.
to move now. I begin
All
running
right.
toward
Okay.
the direction of Malavik.
Alrighty.
I will corral Sakawachi and Zaya.
Okay.
I follow the lizard.
Go ahead and make me athletics checks, please.
18...
Are you sure that this is an athletics check, or perhaps another one? Maybe it would be better.
Unfortunately, I think
the
it's still
18.
athletics.
I will keep the 18.
That's
I know
another
it will not
one.
be good. Oh my...
That is a 4.
Pretty one.
I've never had to do this much running in my entire life.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Everybody except Arcelia. Actually, no. Everybody, including Arcelia.
Oh, I don't even feel so bad now, because if I had even gotten a 31, I wouldn't be safe.
Well, it's going to determine what happens. Malavik,
I trip on that same raindrop.
I also need an
If only it was a
athletics check
fortitude
from you,
save.
Malavik.
Oh, okay. Wait, I pressed the button. Did it not go through? Oh, there it is, 31.
Yeah. Everybody, please make a fortitude save.
Oh,
Right. 30.
25.
32, and if that's a success, it's a crit.
23. And if it is a spell effect, is it?
Nope.
Technically? Oh, alright. One day I'll be able to use this pouch.
Okay, Karun and Malavik, you have succeeded on the saving throws here.
Yes.
See,
you don't need to be jacked and absolutely yoked in order to succeed at acrobatics. You just have to be able to grit your teeth and bear it.
nothing to do with acrobatics, but okay. Athletics, yeah.
Athletics, whatever.
Okay. You are all running as best as you can to avoid whatever this fucking purple mist is, because, I mean, you can... I don't think anybody looks at it like it might be a favorable thing that happens, given the way that the weather has been acting here. And you do your best to try and avoid it. However, you all run through it at some point. Karun, you got a... are you master with your fortitude saves? Or is it just expert?
I am an expert.
Okay, so that's just a regular success for you. Malavik, you said you are a master, so that's a critical success for you. Okay. Everybody else failed.
I also get the +2 item bonus. I don't know if that puts me into critical success. Like maybe I take the poison, but it makes me even better. Okay,
not,
never mind.
Okay.
That's
Those that failed, you are going to take 3 persistent poison damage. And wrong dice. That's why I'm looking at the die and I'm like, I'm not supposed to roll that. I'm supposed to roll one of these. Oh, fuck it. Let's just do it in the chat. Whew. Okay. Those that failed are taking 16 poison damage. Malavik, you take none and no persistent poison damage. Karun, you take 8 poison damage and no persistent poison damage.
I take 8 poison damage?
Yes.
Alright. I'll allow it.
Okay. You are all sort of running through this stuff as best as you can, trying to find Malavik. Malavik is running, trying to find this site in the hopes that you all don't have to deal with any of this. For 3 hours, you look for each other. Does anyone try to cleanse the poison?
Oh, immediately, because in 3 hours I'll be dead.
Yes. I also have treat poison as well.
Okay.
I will leave that all to you, Yara.
Yes. So I will have to make checks on everyone in order to do this. It's you treat a patient to prevent the spread of poison. I don't think I can ward medic this. Attempt a medicine check against the poison DC. Yes. So this would be a medicine check. I would first do it on myself. For a 30.
Okay. And this is versus what?
So this is
It's the poison's DC. Okay.
poison's DC. Yes.
This is just a success.
Excellent. So I get a +2 circumstance to the next saving throw.
Target is a 25.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I do have a +19, so that would be wonderful if it kicked in or something. And then next I would do our squishiest, which would be probably a Rot Talk. For a 26, +2. And this is assuming we found cover. We're taking the time to go ahead and just patch up wounds, all that good stuff. Then I would do Arcelia for a 33. And lastly, I will help Karun. 29, so everyone gets a +2.
Yes. All
+2 to health?
No, to saving throws against poison.
Oh, alright.
By the time you treated Karun, this purple mist, this miasma has kind of gone away. Thunderclouds have started to roll outwards and spread out, slowly dissipating. The sky has returned to its normal hue. And after some hours of searching, the group meets up again. Malavik in the distance.
Malavik!
Voices again. Oh, I'm hearing her voice. Why, it's it.
Malavik, darling!
Malavik.
What are you doing out here?
We had to.
I'll be honest with you, I don't actually know, because I thought you were fine, and you are, so I don't want to be the one to say I told you so, but...
Fine.
It was the poison. We had to run. We could not stay still, or it would have been very bad.
Yes, I forgot about the poison. I took an antidote, so I'm fine.
Well, I may have found where we need to go.
Oh, good.
It's good. Well done.
Yes. Everyone is all right.
Everyone is all right.
Good.
I ache a bit, but I'm alive.
I'll go check on the others. Not our immediate group, but the subgroup, I should say.
So Sakawachi, Denigi, and
Sakawachi,
Zaya.
yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Are you all right? Sakawachi may want to come with me if you're
Why?
comfortable. Well, and I'll. I assume I found the. I mean, it's been 3 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. You think you have?
I'll reach out to take her hand.
Shouldn't we all go together?
I think you might want to see this first. Deniki obviously can come too. I mean, you don't have to be alone with
It
me.
was not a question.
And I'll put my hand down, and then I'll walk away, and then point in the direction through there.
Buried amongst the rubble, you can see a building that sort of looks like part temple, part crypt. It was quite a large building in its time, but there's a lot of debris around, which leads you to believe that this smaller building is part of something bigger. There's a set of double doors in the front, sort of arched double doors.
This must be it. You have found it.
That I have. Good. Let's not delay.
Why have you taken us from the others?
I wanted to make sure this was your destination. And to show you that you have nothing to worry about when it comes to me. I notice the way you guys still look at me. I know the doubt. I understand it. But right now our goals are aligned. And I just wanted to fortify your beliefs in the group, at least where you have none for me. It does not bother me too much. But believe in them. I'll nod, and then I'll walk back towards our group.
They definitely share a look with each other as you do this.
Wait.
Mm-hmm. I'll have my back to him, but I will turn and keep, turn my face to him, profile-wise.
Who do you speak to when you are alone in the dark?
Yeah. Now, no one. And I'll put my head down before a god.
Which god?
Now lower my head. And I'll turn around slowly, looking down from the ground and slowly rolling my eyes up to fixate into her eyes. A dragon?
dragon god?
Yeah, yes. Many have forgotten. People tend to focus on their current gods, deities, but there's things that are far more ancient. I have been blessed, cursed, whichever way you want to look at it, to be able to have some kind of complicated, misunderstood relationship, connection to this god. But he does not speak to me anymore. And I can't help but feel a sort of emptiness inside me. But I thought I'd be happy. I guess we all answer to someone in the end.
Perhaps, if I may, if you need to speak to anyone, remember that you have friends. And
I believe at that moment, that word coming from Sakawachi would strike a chord with me more than it did with anyone else. Friends, you say?
yes,
You know, when the noise is not loud anymore and it's pure silence, that word actually means something. Maybe. I never really gave it a real thought. It was just a word before. A word you may be onto something. Funny thing what silence gives and takes away. How old are you?
I am 18.
You are wise beyond your years.
Saku is very wise.
Migi speaks up.
I see why you protect her so. I have a suspicious feeling that things here on out, whatever's through those doors that you're looking for, will be a tide change. Normally I am forewarning, but I have nothing. All I can say is every choice has a consequence, and I'm starting to figure that out daily. Whatever the case, it was nice knowing who you are. Knowledge changes us, Sakawachi. That, I believe, is the most powerful thing in this world. Not money, gold, or power of influence. It's knowledge. And what we do with said stuff. That's the real power. And with power comes corruption, law, chaos, the absent idea of balance, whatever that means.
It is my experience that the most powerful thing in this world is those you surround yourself with. Your tribe.
I wouldn't know much about that. But maybe I'm starting to figure that out.
I think we should call the others here before another storm starts.
There is power in the calling of names beyond our understanding, especially in this place. Whoever you call on, keep that note. And then I'll turn and I'll walk towards the other group. I'll fetch the other group.
Malavik returns to the rest of you.
Confirmation. Everything has been confirmed. We are where we need to be. We
Very
need to
good.
hurry.
Finishing up, applying salve to Arcelia's wounds and wrapping everyone up.
I feel much better.
Thank you, Yara.
Of course.
Yes.
Are we all ready then?
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes. I'll lead them to Sakwachi and Benigi and Zaya.
Sure. There's a staircase leading up to some arched double doors that you see in front of this building. Again, there is kind of like one building in front of a larger temple/crypt looking building that has mostly been destroyed around it.
I would be looking around for tracks again to see if any of what we saw is here.
Make me,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
make me another survival check, please. Or
course.
actually, you can make me a survival check, is what I should say.
31.
Yeah. There's definitely tracks around here, Arashtak. It doesn't look like the other stuff that you've seen, really, but there's some weird stuff. I guess the closest it would look like would be maybe some of the tracks you saw with like looked like something was being dragged.
Something else is here. Fresh, I assume, from before.
Not really.
I am going to pound one of these. And I would like to look for secret doors.
Okay. Make a perception check for me, please, Kareem.
27.
7. Okay. I imagine you probably like going up to the wall and maybe trying to see if there's any bricks that are out of place or
Pounded this very disgusting looking solvent. And my pupils are all dilating. It's got a little dribbling down the sides, and I'm just with hands up against the wall, just feeling the wall, becoming one with the wall, melting.
Okay.
Into the wall.
Karun, you start like trying to see if you could see anything, feel anything along the wall, see if there's like a button you could push or something along those lines, trying to spot anything. You don't see anything. If there was,
not even.
Yeah, if there was like any sort of secret on the wall here, it might have been destroyed.
All right. Well, at least I have drugs.
In this place, do we notice any sort of statues or any architecture, any artwork, anything like that? That's
It has all been weathered, from what you can tell.
Are we inside or outside still?
Still outside. Nobody's gone in yet.
What is? I think I'm going to depend on what Sakawachi is doing.
Yeah.
This is
So Sakawachi would probably be doing the same thing that you are. Probably assisting Karun even, kind of looking around, seeing if there's anything, maybe like brushing off parts of the wall, stuff like that. There's a lot of dust here. And, sand has just kind of gotten stuck on various bricks and the stone and whatnot.
You said there was a door.
Yeah, there's two, it's two arched, it's like a double door at the front, at the top of the stairs.
I'd like to put my hands on both doors, one on each of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to read a psychometric resonance if possible.
Okay. Brush your bare hands over any objects.
Trying to detect any significant emotional resonance attached to it.
Hmm. Oh wow, there's so much. Roll me a will save, I think.
Oh shit.
You are a master in it.
I am a master in it. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna re-roll that. Will I? Hold on. I rolled a...
You rolled a 10.
I'll re-roll that. No, shit. Okay, so 22.
This is a fail. Arcelia probably lets out like a little scream as she is overwhelmed. Oh my god, Arcelia. This place has a very large bevy of emotional attachment to it. This was a place of worship. This is the Hall of the Gods. People would I imagine that this was a city and there were people that would come here, pray to the gods. It's just a flood. You can't make it out. It's all overwhelming you, and it is a combination of wants, needs, desires, joy, happiness, sadness, pain. I mean, the whole gamut of emotions. It's all overwhelming. It's like a tidal wave.
I start by putting both hands on the doors, and immediately I begin to shudder. I rest my head against it. And
The
I am
most overwhelming
sobbing.
of these emotions, because I don't think you can really tell the time that any of this happened, but there is a feeling of desperation and fear.
Arcelia, darling?
Something terrible happened here. So many desperate people. They came here. They
Take her hands. It's all right. You are here with us. You are not there with them.
You take 5 psychic damage.
This is real. This is what we were looking for.
Site of where the god was likely summoned in desperation. Perhaps.
Let us check the door for any sort of traps, magical and otherwise, yes? And I try to pull Arcelia slightly to the side.
I will sit down and hold my head in my hands, trying to process everything that just washed through me.
Okay. Somebody can make a thievery check to spot any traps.
I can probably do that.
Have we not already checked for traps? I thought that's why I
You checked for secret doors.
Oh, I
And
thought the door
traps.
was also for traps.
Oh, but I see.
Secret doors
Ah,
and
yeah.
traps.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that was part of
Sorry.
your thing. Yeah, it does not appear to be trapped.
Yes.
Cool.
Saves me from roll.
Yeah, no need, everyone. I've already done it. Gone through the whole place top to bottom. No traps or secret doors. Or demons.
I will,
There is something that was dragged here, though.
oh,
The thing I saw before. It's not fresh, if that helps, but whatever it is may have taken residence in here. I'll bid it go.
Could I examine that?
Examine the tracks.
the markings, yes?
Sure,
Is
Arostok
there
has already
anything-
done this.
Is there anything more to glean from it?
I mean, you can
It is
definitely try.
I'll try, sure.
I had a 31, I think, for that.
Oh. Well, there's 1 in 32 chance that I could get a 32 on this, so
How
Can,
critical?
that's a
I'll take it.
16. So, that looks like tracks to me.
Yes. Yes.
Let us be careful, then let us get ourselves inside regardless. We do not know if the weather is going to take another turn.
I'll look towards Arcelia and see the pain that she's in, and then turn to Sakawachi. And I said, remember what I said? Especially here.
I
There's power
understand.
in the names that you speak.
I understand.
I will try to find a way in. I'm gonna go with the old routine, push the door. I mean, nobody else is trying.
Push the door open. There's various bits of light breaking in from various cracks and holes through the roof and through the sides of the buildings. It's not super bright in here. There's just occasional like beams of light that are making their way in. There are let's see. There's like a bunch of benches and things in here. There's like some rubble in here. There is obviously like various reliefs and stuff on the wall. And there's like these sort of looks like in various corners there's what appears to be like tangles of some kind of like pinkish like blood red colored it almost looks like a plant or something that have kind of like spread across various parts of the wall. There's 2 doors on the east and west side of the far side of the room here, and it's this building in particular, aside from what appears to be a destroyed version of the crypt and temple looking structure behind it, is significantly smaller. It's probably only like 25 by 50 feet or so, and in the far 2 corners of the room there's what appear to be 2 rooms with 1 door each. You signal for the rest to come in, Malvik, or what do you do?
Yeah, after looking around the surveying area, make sure there's no immediate dangers. I typically would like to thoroughly look around even more, but seeing that we are against the elements, I will kind of poke my head from the side and say, are you all coming? The way seems clear for now.
I'll offer a hand to help Arcelia up if she wishes to take it.
Give me a minute. I'll join you soon.
All right.
I will go in.
I will follow the lizard.
I'll linger a moment and look back at Arcelia. I'm staying near the door, but I will walk in.
Okay.
I will stay outside for a little longer, looking up at the sky.
Fair enough. The rest of
I'll
you
stay by
kind
the
of, like,
door.
investigating around this place. What are you doing?
I'm actually continuing to look around for tracks to see if that dragging has showed itself in here at all. I am nervous.
Sure. Give me a survival check. I guess, or a perception check, Arashta.
I'll do a perception. It's one better if it's sight.
Sure.
30 or 31 then.
Okay. Kind of like look around for these tracks, Arashta. There's nothing in here. You can tell, like, when Malavik like opened the doors, they were pretty heavy. And judging by the size of those tracks, like, if something did come in here, the door would probably be still open. However, as you're looking around, you see these kind of like tangles sort of in the corners and whatnot. It's hard to make them out, but you do see something a little off-putting. The tangles appear to be... It's one of those things, like you look at something just like casually, and then you do like a double take. You think those are tongues?
I back to the door.
I have the door.
Brace yourself. There is something in here. In the corners, they look like tongues. There is something waiting. Would you like me to put light on the ceiling to reveal them? It will likely make whatever it is angry.
I say, yes, see in here first. I'll look back at Yara.
They move a little bit, Arashtak. See like a little quiver.
They're moving. Hurry.
Arcelia, darling.
What?
We may need you.
And the tongues all sort of begin to like undulate and quiver.
I cast light on the ceiling immediately to make sure that we can see what's about to happen.
I raise my shield.
And I scoot behind Malavik.
Yes, as you
Get the bomb out.
You see these gibbering tongues begin to move.
Oh, I don't like the fact that you use
And I
gibbering.
would normally be ending the show on that note. However, what I will be saying to you is that tomorrow there will be an episode of Cura. Cura is returning after Brad's it's mental illness. It's mental illness. Yes. Brad will be returning tomorrow for Cura. We've got an episode tomorrow, so hopefully we'll see you there. And we got a Shield show coming up soon. Hopefully we'll see you for that. Otherwise, see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.